Hello there, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Fast. Today we are taking a look at a game called Downwell. It's basically a roguelike where you go vertically instead of horizontally, and you go down a well. What an original name. Oh, you can choose different styles of gameplay, and the usual style is the standard, of course, but the arm spin, you can only find gun modules instead of finding bigger gems, which I'll talk about later. And boulder style, you start with more health, but there's less upgrade options. I'll also show you that later. Let's go with the usual style for now, just so I can show you what it's like to be in the game. So this is Downwell. You can jump, you have gun boots, if you jump and then jump again, and then you fall down and you destroy enemies. That's actually the entirety of the core gameplay, but it's so fast when you get down to it, and then, oh gosh, you only have 4 hearts of health, and when you jump on spiky things, that lowers your health even more, because you can't really destroy spiky things by just landing on them. You can either shoot the things that you're trying to destroy, or you can land on them with your feet, because feet are meant to land on things, and if you land on the things that you need to land on in order to kill them. This is a time void. It stops time completely, but I'm allowed to talk in it. Oh, and I have to go fast? Because the gun boots are really... Yeah, I like time voids. They give me a moment to slow down and tell you a little bit more about this game. Don't mind me if I sound just a little bit sick. It's because I have been sick. Oh, how original. So these little heart modules will give you 1 heart. If they're shaped like a heart, they'll give you a heart of health, which you can see on the top left of the screen. And if they're shaped like something else, I can't quite tell what it is, like a lightning bolt, I think, then it gives you +2 charge, which is on the right-hand side of the screen. And that basically shows you how much you can shoot. But when you pick one of these up, now you have a new weapon in your gun boots. For example, a laser. And they have different amounts of charge. When you run out of charge, you have to hit the ground to gain your charge back. And, like I said, time voids. Time voids are basically places where everything around you stops so you can pick up a collectible or an item or such. But when you step right back out of them, then you're back into the action, and you gotta kill everything around you, and you gotta get to the bottom of the well in order to win. And when you get to the bottom of the well, then you actually get to... I got really stuttery there. Let me just stand here for a second. When you get to the bottom of the well, you get a choice of an upgrade. I'll show you when we get there, but in here there can also be little tiny gems, well, not tiny gems, but like giant gems. And at the very top of the screen is an option called Gem High. That means your weapon is more powerful, and I think you get bonus gems, like double gems when you're in Gem High. And there are various upgrades that can upgrade how fast you collect Gem High or Gem Sick or... Oh. There are various upgrades. For example, here you can pick between a safety jetpack, a laser sight, and a candle. There's different ones for every time you complete a stage, but you get 1 upgrade free at the end of every stage. For example, this one increases range and accuracy, but on a laser that doesn't really matter. On a safety jetpack, you float a little bit before you touch the ground, and you don't have to worry about falling so fast. And a candle, you get invincibility when you take damage, not when you give it. Otherwise this game would be like easily possible. But let's go with the safety jetpack. So one interesting mechanic about this game is that you can't really jump up. Once you jump up, you can only float in midair, or you can fall down. And it's kind of a good thing, because if you're trying to get to the bottom, then what's the point of floating up? But the really good thing about floating up, the really good thing that would be about floating up in this game would be if you're trying to get back up to like a shop that you missed. When you die, it's very easy to die. And when you die... Ooh! Nice. I'll tell you about pallets in just a second, but when you died, you like basically have to start all over again from the surface or from the beginning of the level, which I'm going to do now. An interesting little feature, I failed to do it there, but when you the music only starts up when you land for the first time, so if you actually get to a certain point in the stage without landing, then you can actually get really, really far in the stage without hearing music, and I think that's just a quirky little feature. Ah, yes, if it's shaped like a canteen and you pick it up, you get +2 charge. Now I have permanently +2 charge throughout the entirety of this game. I can shoot more. And let's just get right back into it. Oh god, getting right back into it. We got these jelly things, we got these worm things, we got these bat things, we got these spiky things, we got these turtle things, we got these gem things. Everything in this game is so freaking fast and all that. That's why I'm making an episode of Fast about it. Oh, those frogs. I hate those frogs. They jump on you and you lose a heart really quickly. And that's a lot of gems. Gems are for shops, which I could show you if I find one, but for right now I'm just going to keep falling down to the bottom of the level, and falling down to the bottom of the level is how you beat the level, and then you get into a time void. And now you have to pick an upgrade. I'm going to keep going fast here. Members card. That can show you both the shop and a members card thingy. I forgot what to call the thingy there for a second, but yeah, let's go into the shop. So the shop, you buy things. It's pretty simple, right? You gain a heart of health, you can get +2 charge permanently with that, or you can waste money on the first thing, like I did just then. And that guy's kind of cute. I think he's carrying a flower and he's wearing a red bandana, and compared to me, he's a huge guy. He might be a normal-sized guy compared to me, but what do you know? So, we're just gonna jump right back into the action, and the different kinds of weapons. I haven't told you about the different kinds of weapons that you can get from the unlocks. See, there are many, many different kinds of weapons that you can unlock. I've only so far seen about 6 different kinds, but, so you have the burst fire, which I just got, which fires out 3 with 1 charge, but you have a limited amount of charges, so why even get it in the first place? You could just constantly fire, and that would be, like, better. Those eyeball bastards are so... See, that's where jumping up would have been good in that situation, because I would have been able to jump back up and get a better power-up than this stupid thing. And, you have the standard machine gun with the M, I think. And, yeah, and I died, because a bat flew into my face. This is probably going to be edited down a little bit. I'm going to do this just a couple of more times, and I'll show you different styles to select. And yeah, I'll be right back. We're going to be playing this game in arm spin style. It's a little bit of a different style, but it might be a better style for some people who don't know stuff. It's just an interesting style of playing. You only find gun modules. Shops are extremely rare. That's probably part of the you only find gun modules thing. And I got a burst thing again. Gosh dang it, that's such... I hate the burst fire thing. I just wish I would get a better thing, but... Oh, okay. So, again, jumping up in this game, you can jump for a certain distance, but then you can't jump anymore. You can float, but you can't, like, double jump or rocket jump or anything. Rocket jump is actually the name of one of the upgrades in this game, by the way, and it only allows you to jump higher, and there's an explosion at your feet once you get the rocket jump. But other than that, it's not really a useful power-up, and I'm about to die again. See, this is the problem with going fast in a fast game. If you go fast in a fast game without paying attention to what you're doing, then you have to, like, oh, no, it causes them to explode. Gunpowder blocks. Blocks will shoot out bullets when they are destroyed. That sounds like a good power-up. I'm going to get that power-up, because it can... because it can get massive chain explosions going on if you're trying to... Oh, and it will kill the stuff above you, and that's really useful. Yay, another heart, and a machine gun, and we're back into the action. Oh my god, I'm back again. This is so original. How has no one else on YouTube even done this yet? Oh, wait, because I'm the only one to be smart enough to think like that, and I'm just... There's actually a lot more creative people than me. So let's see, a little bit of the future, since I have nothing else to talk about, a little bit of the future. I'm planning on doing a video marathon of sorts, but I'll tell you more about that in the next attempt! Right, we're gonna get into some Boulder style, but before we actually start playing the game, I'm going to show you the palettes and the menu. Well, the menu is kind of boring, it's just this. You can resume, retry. The style select, you will reset the game, but you can choose a new style in the middle of the game. Then there's palettes. Palettes are unlocked by the little bar that you see at the bottom of your screen when you're in the menu, or when you finish a game of this. And there's a lot of different ones. There's the Downwell, there's a green version of the Downwell, there's a blue version of the Downwell, there's a Game Boy version, there's a Virtual Boy version, which hurts your eyes, obviously. There's a pastel version, which is really bright and colorful, and I'm actually getting blinded by it. And there's Umekabcha! I got sick just from trying to say that name, so let's use it. This is actually also really bright and colorful, but it looks really cool too. I'm also going to play in the Boulder style. The Boulder style, you start off with 6 health instead of 4, and like it said, there are less upgrade options. Instead of getting 3 upgrade options when you complete a level, you only get 2. But that's not really a downside in my book, because you just end up randomly choosing one of the upgrades anyway, so why even bother? Also, finding giant gems is such an accomplishment, because you get to do that. Oh my gosh, it exploded into more gems, and you can break blocks with your head if you're underneath them, directly underneath them. But now, we're getting back into the game, and then you jump high, and then you've got red things and blue things, and there's actually not any blue things in this palette, but there's green things, and greenish yellow things, and tan things. And it's getting really bright in the time void. I'm gonna get the laser, because the laser is the best weapon in the entire freaking game. I can tell you that for sure right now. And we're getting to the bottom of the level, and we're at the bottom of the level. I haven't actually gotten really far in this game. I've gotten pretty far, but I haven't gotten really far. Getting gems recharge gun boots, I don't need that. Consume some dead bodies to gain health. That sounds like a fun idea, but I don't know how to do that again. So, we're going to get back into it, and we're getting into the blob things that kind of look like Metroids. You ever seen the Metroids from Metroid? Are they even called Metroids? I forget if they're called Metroids or if they're called something else. And then here's the shop. +1 charge, +2 charge. +2 charge would be helpful. Aw. Except I thought +2 charge would get me another laser blast, but it doesn't. So, basically, yeah, the Metroids from Metroid, I think they're called Metroids. I don't remember if they're called Metroids or if they're called something else, but they're really freaking cool either way, and it's just really fun, and glad they actually harken back to it in this game, and it's actually really, really weird, and I'm running out of things to say, so let's just burst another gem thing. Oh my god, hey, this ain't an explosion. I'm so rich. I'm gonna buy the world. I'm gonna buy everything in this world. Everything. This well will be mine. And, you know, it's actually kind of surprising that they made a well this deep, and how they would have eventually stopped after a while, you know, and I died by touching a turtle. And I think that's just about it for this video, so I'm gonna see you all later. Goodbye. And then you gotta reload manually. So we're gonna shoot this door. We're gonna shoot the guy in the face. Not so fast. There's a snake. That genuinely scared. Hey everybody, and welcome to. Oh gosh, let me do that again. Alright, so now we're going to be playing in the wow.